Right, watcher, welcome back. Okay, choosing the name for the bike. We thought we'd get about 40 or 50 messages and we'd have an easy list to choose, but we are about 300 at this point. It's Friday now. There's about 300 or so suggestions coming in on Twitter, on the comments channel and in personal mails, and we thank you so much for that. It's just amazing. We never thought so many of you would want to contribute in that way, which is rather fantastic. So we have a short list that's developing. It's about 20 or 30 names long that we think absolutely fit the bike. It's got to fit that. It's got to work with what that is. It's all right calling it Nimrod or something, or Vicious Beast or something, but it just doesn't fit because it just isn't, is it? It's a big old lollopy adventure ship, and it's got to fit in with what that is. So we're going to do this, leave it to cook a little bit longer, and once we've got a definitive list of perhaps 24 names, we're going to sit and look and just read them and reread them over a few days and let the right ones surface. They'll just rise to the surface, they'll feel right, deleting the ones that think nah. And then when we get to a short list of 4 or 5, I think we might turn it back to you for a poll and see what you think of 4 or 5 that we absolutely love, certainly if we can't decide anyway. Right, so all that means tonight, Friday night, I've only got an hour. It's 8 o'clock already, and I'm up at 5 o'clock for work in the morning, so I just want to do an hour because I've got more of your messages coming in to deal with. It's kind of the tail wagging the dog again. So what I'm going to do tonight, I was going to get stuck into the chainmail, but obviously it's a longish job. It's a good 3 or 4 hours, and I don't have that tonight, but I want to do something. It's Friday night. We're not going out tonight, so I want to get something done on this, and that's going to be the front mudguard stroke fender, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put some pearl rivets on that, and I'm going to turn that into something that will match just the front half and see what we look like. I've got to take the frost wrap off, so we'll see what that looks like coming off after a year and a bit, which is quite good. See what that looks like underneath. Sand down the orangey ginger and then stick them on, and then get some fantastic idea. I've got some great black paint that is proper matte, I hope, and we'll get that on there as well, and hopefully tonight I'll be able to get that looking right. It shouldn't take more than an hour or so. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back to the got to get the frost wrap off this, and pretty easy process. Just get a bit of sandpaper and just roll an edge back. Once you've got an edge, use your fingers. If you don't want to damage obviously the paint underneath, if you want to just keep it nice and not have a problem with it, then don't use the sandpaper, just use your thumb and roll it back. But it's easier for this because I'm going the whole thing with matte black. Now this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy process, so you listen to some music while the transitions.
I'm gonna fight them all. The 7-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette, and the message coming from my eyes says leave it alone. Oh, leave it alone. Don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everybody knows about it, from the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch you coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you. That ain't what you wanna hear, but that's what I'll do. And the feeling coming from my bones says find a home. Oh, find a home. Oh, find a home. Oh, find a home. I'm gonna Wichita, far from this opera forevermore. I'm gonna work the straw, make the sweat drip out of every pore. And I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding.
see, I didn't put enough on. When I put that on, I put 4 or 5 coats on. I think you need 6 or 7 wet coats to get it thick enough so that when you peel it off, it comes off like a skin. Still comes off okay, no problem at all, and it was still tough, and still the paintwork's absolutely perfect. It's protected it beautifully, so if you want it for that purpose, it's there for that. And it works. However, if you don't put it on quite thick enough, as you saw it, you have to kind of roll it off, which is okay, but it's a little bit more fiddly and wears all your fingers out, as opposed to a lovely satisfying stretch as you put it off. Right, okay, this is now going to get the rivet heads, faux rivet heads stuck to it, and then a coat of matte black. So before I do that, let's get stuck down.
From me and I will think no more. And the stains coming from my blood tell me go back home. Oh, go back home. Oh, go back home. Oh, go back home. Oh, go back home. Won't you go, won't you go, won't you go back home? Won't you go, won't you go, won't you go back home? Won't you go, won't you go, won't you go back home? Won't you go, won't you go, won't you go back? What is wrong in my life that I must get drunk every night? What is wrong in my life that I must get drunk every night? Johnny, we're sorry. Won't you go back home? You like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's still the same to me. The pleasure is to play, it makes no difference what you say. I don't share your creed, the only card I need is the ace of spades, the ace of spades. Playing for the high one, dancing with the devil, going with the flow, yes, it's all a game to me. 7 or 11, snake eyes watching you. Double up or quit, double stakes or split, it's the ace of spades, the ace of spades. You know I'm born to lose. And
That's it. Tough as old boots as before. Let's get it painted.
No, leave it like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Orange with white buttons.
Go on then, get your paint out.
Easy to try to mask that off. It's like that. Just tuck it up, baby. That'll do. Just cover up the brakes. Special thanks, first of all. This was a little gift from our friend Alex in Portugal. Thank you, Alex. We got the gift, we got the paint, and a little something extra you put in. 2 cans there. This is high temperature barbecue stove paint, and with all of the suggestions of the black paint that you've sent us. The very high temperature stuff, VHT for manifolds, yes, it's great. I've used it before. It is dusty, chalky, grey black, but it's really expensive, sort of £8 or £9 a can, and it doesn't go very far. Don't need it on plastic either. Honestly, this is fine. Barbecue and stove paint, high temperature. Doesn't need its high temperature properties, but it is completely matte, and I am confident this will go completely matte. So this is the experiment now. Should we hold our fingers crossed?
Thanks, Alex and Lola.
Thanks, Alex and Lola. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We owe you one. And thank you to all the suggestions as well. Stove paint, barbecue paint is a big suggestion. A lot of you said this stuff, and a lot of you said the manifold paint. A lot of people said Krylon. Krylon is a really high quality paint. Again, up goes the price. So we're going to go with this for now. A few people said it ghosts, which is where you get white marks in it. I kind of like that, don't you, Ben?
Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's get it in there, shall we?
For fools, but that's the way I like it, baby. I don't wanna live forever.
Like covered instantly.
And don't forget the Joker. Pushing up the ante, you know you gotta see me. Freedom, I'm weak, the dead man's hand again. I see it in your eyes, take one look and die. The only thing you see, you know it's gonna be the ace of spades, the ace of spades.
Look at that, matting out while the side's still wet. Already matting out, really good. Right,
I got
there
my
we go.
mask on, sorry, shut me up.
Right, there we go. I reckon that's it, don't you, Pen?
Yeah, for today.
For today. We're going to do the chainmail, which involved fiddly twisting of the little links to get it all to join up. I don't want to join it with coiling wire, I actually want to join it with more chainmail so it becomes one piece. I need about 3 or 4 hours for that. I'm in now tonight. So a little bit more ratification of the mudguard just to match in with the bash plate. And that matches in nicely, Pen?
Yeah.
And in the morning that will matte out nicely. That last coat did go nice and matte. It literally mattes out while you're watching, so I'm really chuffed with that. Stove paint does the job. Who'd have thought it, eh?
Thanks, Alex.
Seen that for sale for as little as £3 or £4 a can. Who knows, that stuff may be rubbish, but that is working well. So thanks, Alex and Lola, I really appreciate that. A little bit of ratification all the way from Portugal, eh? It's a bike of the world.
It is.
Okay, there we go, folks. Thanks for watching. And we will get back to you with the next leg of the name thing. Like I said at the beginning, we will get a short list of about half a dozen, and I think we'll turn it over to you for a pop.
Thanks for all the suggestions. We've spent hours going through them.
Absolutely, and we've got some more to do, by the way. And we haven't seen them. It's about another 30 since we've been doing the video.
Okay.
So we'll get stuck into them, and as soon as we can, probably the first part of next week, we'll get a list to you so you can see what we've chosen out of the top 6, and you can make a decision. Help us choose the final name. Okay, take it easy, right, take it.